What is up, my butter biscuits? So I have not done a Q&A in the longest time, and I recently have been missing them, and somebody on my live video actually from a couple days ago was like, what happened to your monthly Q&A? Because I used to do it once every single month, and it was just so fun just to answer some questions, because some of y'all got some real shady questions, some of y'all got some real personal questions, some of you guys got some real nasty questions, and I really just have a good time answering them all. I don't know why I find it like fun to answer questions. I don't know. It sounds dumb, and like I'm sure nobody does a monthly Q&A. There is this fly in here, you guys. It has been terrorizing me for days now, and I had read before that flies die in like 13 hours. That's a lie. I don't know where I read that, but that's a lie. This has been in here for days now, and I was just on live last night actually too, and it was terrorizing my beanie. It just wanted to keep on landing on my beanie. Ugh. So I apologize if I get irritated throughout this video, because that fly is just, it just keeps on flying right in my face too. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like it's just out to make me mad. Anyways, y'all, so that's today's video. I'm gonna be asking I'm gonna be answering your guys' questions. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so that way you guys get notified when I upload a new video, and make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, because that really does help me out in the algorithm. And let's just go ahead and jump right on into this Q&A. Okay, once again, I am serving up Lakers realness. Okay, so the first question, we're just gonna start off with something real light. Favorite YouTuber. Okay, so my favorite YouTuber is going to be between Shane Dawson and David Dobrik. Well, I will say, though, if I had to choose one, I would say David Dobrik. I really, really enjoy watching his vlogs, and I love how giving he is. I have heard before that he can get paid like almost $500,000 for a sponsorship, and I feel like he gives away like half of it. All of his friends he got cars for, he just be throwing out money on the street, helping everybody out, and I feel like it's just so nice to watch him. Not only are his vlogs fun, but then to see how giving he is, I just love it. I feel like he's like the Oprah of YouTube. But then I also really like Shane's too, because I feel like they're very interesting, and I'm like, ooh, I want to know more, you know? And I like his editing too. It's really good. Oh, the next one, we're going to get a little deep here. It's okay if you don't want to answer. Why did you and your ex break up? It seemed like you were really happy. Okay, this is something that I never really like talked about in depth on my channel, only because I never really welcomed him to my channel and did like, you know, the boyfriend tag videos and things like that. So I didn't feel like it made a lot of sense to come out with like a breakup story and things like that, because I know a lot of people do that because a lot of people are genuinely curious. And I'll be real, like when I watch YouTube couples and they break up, I like to know the reasoning too, just because I'm a teacher, you know. But I never did that because I never really, you know, had him on my channel or anything like that. So anyways, I guess this is the first time that I'm talking about it, but like I don't want to get into like details, you know, too much, because look, there's two sides of every story, and I don't feel really comfortable saying too much of the bad things that happened without him being here to defend himself and put in his own 2 cents, you get me? Because at the end of the day, I felt like, look, don't get me wrong, I'm sure I did some things, you know, wrong in the relationship, but with the way he got, look, let me just be really real with y'all. The way he got towards the end of the relationship, when it was just kind of like, oh my gosh, after a year, the first year was really, really good. Of course we had our problems because of the distance that made things hard. But after a year of being together, he started getting really, really controlling and possessive. And I'm just like a free person, you guys. Like I like to party. I like to be with my friends. I like to be with my family. I just like being that way. And he tried to like control, you know, like what I did. And that just wasn't for me, you know. But I will say though, like we have such a really good relationship now. We talk every day, and we went to Japan together, as you guys know, and it was such a good time. That was like our second chance. And you guys, let me tell you, I'm not trying to put all his business out there, but after we broke up, he started seeing a therapist. Oh my god. He started seeing a therapist for like 6 months before we saw each other again, and I saw huge changes in him. However, when we met up again, like this, oh my god, I cannot with these there's two flies, oh my gosh. Anyways, as soon as we like met up again after that time, I really did notice the change in him. But you know, that spark that I had just kind of died, and the end of the relationship got like real bad, so I, you know, just kind of lost it. And you guys, I'm the type of person, it takes me a long time to get like things out of my head. I don't forget the way somebody made me feel, and the way he made me feel at the end, it's gonna take some time for me to get over, you know what I mean? So that's the reason why we broke up. And a real personal question, but like, see, look, questions like this I really don't mind answering. Christina says, you and your ex still banging? And I will be honest with y'all, like when he came down here in California and then we went to Japan, I mean, obviously y'all already know what happened. Like, you know, when you still have that type of connection with somebody and you're there, it's convenient and you're comfortable, and then that part of the relationship was real good, I had no no complaints. So, you know what I mean? It was just there. So, technically, it's been since February, but to answer the question, kind of. Okay, the next question. I wanted to answer this one, but I'm just like, ugh, I feel so bad answering it. Like, I feel like I'm gonna sound really, really mean. But sometimes in life you just don't, you just don't like some people, and that's just the way it is. There's a lot of people that just don't like me, and it's just life. But this person, Marie, says, YouTuber you can't stand, be honest. And this is where I say, like, it makes me feel bad because look, let me answer the question. The YouTuber I can't stand is James Charles, honestly. But do I like hate him? No, absolutely. But there's just something about him that just like really annoys me, and I feel so rude saying that because like, it's just like his mannerisms and the way he talks and his voice. Like, there's nothing that he can do to change that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say it's not his problem whatsoever. It's my problem. And like I said, there's just people in life sometimes that you just don't like. But it's crazy. I will say I feel like he is a really, really beautiful guy. I feel like he is so talented. The concepts that he comes up with for his videos are just so cool. Like, I feel like he's really, really good, and he deserves to be like, up there in the scene, but he just annoys me. I felt real rude answering that question. Oh my gosh. Anyways, moving on. What was your first taste of all the drama that happens in the beauty industry? Y'all, my first taste of it was, oh, this fly is back again. Oh my gosh. It's really, you know what? I took a shower, so I know I don't smell. I don't know why you're attracted to me. Anyways, my first taste of it actually was working at MAC. Y'all, like, I knew before going in hand, because I had a couple friends that were in the beauty industry. They were like, oh, it's just so much drama. But the level of like two-faceism, that's not even a word, I'm making up my own words here, just how many two-faced people I saw working there was crazy to me. Because y'all, the type of family that I come from, and friends even, whenever we have any type of problem, we say it straight up to your face. It's not like, oh, I tell you this and I tell her that, but then I'm gonna go say that to that person. Like, no, people there would literally act like they are best friends with people and take 2 steps away to go talk trash about them. And to me, I was like, I just really did not like it. It was so crazy to me because I was like, I haven't been like exposed to anything like that. I was like, y'all are real fake. Like, if you got a problem with somebody, just say it to their face, like, learn how to communicate with people, don't act like you like them and then talk trash about them behind their back. It's just really not cool. And I will say the same thing for social media. Like, social media, the beauty industry is just really, grimy, and a lot of people use each other. There's just so much drama going on. But I will say though, it is low-key entertaining, and I feel like a reality network should have picked up on this already and did a beauty industry drama series. Like, I don't know, TLC, VH1, some company should have picked it up and turned it into a reality show, because I think that would be reality TV gold right there. Ooh, this next one, this one's hard. F, y'all know what the F stands for. I can't say it, okay? F, marry, kill. Carol Baskin, Joe Exotic, Donald Trump. Ooh, okay. Oh my gosh. I'm like, part of me wants to say like I would marry Joe Exotic, but then like at the same time, my teeth are real sensitive, and if he's gonna be force feeding me meth, I can't take it. You know what I mean? Like, my teeth are literally gonna fall out, and I'm gonna look like his ex-husband, and that's just not a good look for me. You know what I mean? And then Donald Trump, y'all already know Donald Trump. And then I feel like, okay, if I marry Carol Baskin, she's gonna end up killing me. You know what I mean? So it's like, should I just use her as the kill? Or should I just F her? You know what? I'll have to just say, honestly, I feel like Joe is probably the only one that I could, like, spending my life with. I could not even spend my life with him. Ew, that felt weird coming out of my mouth. He's probably, like, the only one that I could get along with. Let's say that. So I guess I would marry Joe. And I guess I would F Carol. And then I'm sorry, Donald, you're out. Would you ever do drag? Also, what advice do you give just in general? Love you. Love you too, boo. No, I would not do drag. Honestly, you guys, I love drag so much. RuPaul Drag Race is actually my #1 favorite TV show. However, I just don't have it in me. I'm way too lazy, and I don't want to shave on top of that too, because my face is just so round. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't have any type of definition on my face. I would like just straight up look like a pancake, and that's not cute. But yeah, no, I would never do that. Anyways, Advice that I would give in general, honestly, you guys, I feel like that's a very gray area. You know what? My favorite quote, and I always say this to people. My favorite quote in life is, how does it go? Don't take life too seriously. None of us make it out alive. Because I see so many people like, oh my God, getting so stressed about this and so hurt by this and so sensitive about that and so bothered about this. And I'm like, y'all, if we just take a step back from the BS and say, you know what? We are all going to die. I know you can look at that and say, oh my gosh, that sounds so, depressing and so negative, but it's the actual facts. It's the only guarantee in life is death. And actually, on top of that, too, death is the only thing that really gives life meaning. If we didn't have death, we wouldn't cherish life the way that we do. So to see so many people get so, hurdy-burdy by so many things, I'm just kind of like, you guys, take a step back, let it go. Like, our life is so precious, it's so short. Let's value it rather than, getting so sensitive about this and hurt about this and bothered about that and mad at that and holding a grudge at this person. It's like, let it go. That would be my advice. I feel like that went real deep, but that's my favorite advice to give. Worst date you have ever been on. Okay, y'all. This Okay, this isn't to prove how much of a doormat I am, I know. When I was 20 years old, okay, I downloaded Grindr, which was like, first of all, the biggest mistake, because if you guys don't know this about me, I am more of a traditional guy. I would like to be in a relationship with just one person, not do the whole hookup thing. I prefer a relationship, okay? So I was already in the wrong there. I shouldn't have done that, but I was like, you know what, let me just give it a shot, right? So I was talking to this guy for about 3 weeks, and I went to go pick him up for a date. The first sign that I should have just been up out of there, it was about to be a disaster, is I was supposed to pick him up at 6 because we are going to go to dinner and a movie. I show up to his house at 6, and I'm not kidding you, I think I'm sitting in front of his house until like 7:30. And I kept on telling him throughout this whole time, I'm like, look, if you're busy, it's totally cool. If you can't make it after all, it's totally cool. Like, we can do it another day, no problem. Like, really, no problem. And he just kept on pushing for me to stay, and I'm just kind of like, okay, let me just, be understanding, whatever. What else do I have to do? Might as well, right? I ended up staying there, obviously, for like an hour and a half. Tell me why we end up going to dinner, and everything's going good, And I have to throw this in there, like, on the way, we were, like, flirting, and, we had a little kiss in the car, only because we had been talking for a few weeks before that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I just met him. But anyway, so we go to dinner, and his phone is blowing up, and I'm sitting over there thinking in my head, like, I don't want to be that person, to be like, can you put your phone on silent? Because I feel like that's common sense, put your phone on silent, but he would not, right? So anyways, after it's like blowing up for like 20 minutes, he's like, I'm sorry, I really got to take this. And he goes outside. He's on his phone call, whatever. I'm in there, texting my friends, telling him about the date and about how long he's taking and blah, blah, blah. So anyways, he comes back and he was like, I'm so sorry. My boyfriend was blowing up my phone. And I was like, your boyfriend? Like, I'm sitting there stuck on stupid. I'm like, what do you mean your boyfriend? Because we had this conversation. I asked him if he was single and what he was looking for basically on Grindr, because I know a lot of people are looking for hookups, and we were mutually looking for a relationship, And he goes and he says, my boyfriend. And I'm sitting there and I'm not, like, y'all, my face is very, very expressive when I find out, like, some shocking things. I can't tone it down. So as soon as he said boyfriend, I'm like, what? So anyways, I tell him, I'm like, you said you were single, And he's like, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. I'm like, what do you mean it's no big deal? I was like, we're on a date together. Like, what? Anyways, y'all, at this point in my head, I already knew. I was like, okay, cut. This is done. Like, whatever, right? But I already had got movie tickets. The dinner was already there. So I was like, whatever. We might as well complete the whole date, right? Tell me how, oh my gosh, what would you guys do? Okay, I want to know what you guys would do in this scenario. Tell me why we leave dinner, which I paid for, by the way. We leave dinner to go to the movies, and he has the nerve to say, you know what? My boyfriend is calling me so much. Can we pick him up so he can come with us? And I'm like, what? And I tell him, I was like, you know what? I said, honestly, you lied to me. You told me that you weren't in a relationship, and I gotta be real with you. I don't judge you and what you like to do, but I'm not into polyamory. And he literally looks at me and says, he's like, I'm not into polyamory either. And I'm like, I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone. I was sitting there thinking, like, what am I doing on this date right now? Like, why am I here? So I ended up just telling him at that point, I was like, honestly, you know what? I don't really feel too comfortable with that, but let me just drop you off, because what? To me, it was the craziest thing. I felt like, literally, I felt like I was on drugs. I was like, what is happening right now? Either I'm crazy or he's crazy. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. That date was just, it was tore up. What influencer do you think is the shadiest of them all? Also, I love you, Buttery Biscuit. Love you too, boo. Okay. It's so crazy how, oh my gosh. Y'all already know my answer to this. Say it. 1, 2, 3. Jaclyn Hill. Y'all already know. She, to me, is the shadiest of them all. And you know what's so crazy? She claims to be so real. And it's like, girl, you are the biggest liar. She is so shady. And there's some times, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, there's some times that I'm a little envious that I'm like, how is she's so shady and she has the strongest following? Like, her following does not leave her. And I'm sitting there like, oh my God, like, I just don't get it, because she literally lies to her fans' face. She sells them product without telling them that she's selling product. She just, the way she is about everything, she sounds like a used car salesman. And I'm just kind of like, how don't people see through how shady she is? Like, she is so shady, and she just gets away with it with all of her fans. And I'm like, her numbers be growing as the days go on, and I'm like, how? Like, if that was anybody else, dang, that would have been like, don't get me wrong, I know she's called out all the time, like, for real, like, there's so many people calling her out, but her fans are still her ride or dies. And I just don't get it. And I'm like, she is so shady. All right, y'all, that is it for my monthly Q&A. Sorry this video was like super long. I know I talk a lot, but once I get going, I just can't stop. Anyways, y'all, make sure you guys head on over to my Instagram and follow me over there, so that way next month when I do my Q&A, you guys will be notified on there when I'm gonna do it, so you guys can answer me questions. And just letting you guys know, nothing, and I mean nothing, is off limits. You can ask me anything. I'm just open, y'all, and I am not shy. So ask me anything. All right, y'all. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.